Namaste and welcome to this mini masterclass for UTKATASANA or chair pose, awkward pose or fierce pose. You can use any of those names to describe this shape. But what it looks like, more or less, is sitting down into an imaginary chair. Now, it is a really intense shape to hold for a really long time, and I'm not going to go into all the many variations that you can have in this pose. But I will go into a couple of ways that you can help to really support your chair pose. We're going to be working with the diaphragmatic support from muscular tone. So within your bodies, especially around joints and areas of a lot of muscle, your body is supported by diaphragms. Not just the diaphragm underneath your lungs that supports your breathing, but anywhere where there's this nexus point of muscles that all come together. And I'm talking about the ones that are on more or less on the horizontal plane. So you can think of the muscles of the feet coming together as a diaphragm, in the hands as a diaphragm, in the neck, in the head, in the chest, in the torso, all of these places, in the pelvis, at the base of the pelvis, in the knees, all of them. And when we become aware of them, we start to be able to tap into your tonal flow or into the way that the muscles are holding you, but not gripping. So the energy and movement is still rippling through muscles, you're still adjusting, you're still moving with what is, which is the way that the muscles move and how the lines of energy run along the different pathways, the myofascial lines in the body, the meridian lines, and just the way that the muscles are connecting at the joints. There are specific ways and directions in which that muscle tone moves specifically over joints, depending on the way that you're moving and whether you're in stasis or actually moving. We're not going to go into that today. That is definitely for a much longer video, perhaps far in the future, if you come along this journey with me. Instead, we're just going to look at how can you immediately jump into that experience of muscle tone, and how can you use your diaphragmatic support throughout the whole body to stay in a pose as challenging as chair, fierce, awkward, Utkatasana pose. And it's really, really, really simple. So find a comfortable standing posture. I like to stay, if I'm staying in chair pose for a long time, I like to stay here with my feet hip width distance apart. However, whatever variation that you want to do is absolutely fine. Take your hands, take your feet, and just start to expand through the fingertips and then relax. Expand through the fingertips and then relax. You can start to feel the muscles of the palms switch on and start to follow that engagement all the way through the body. It's not like a huge, yes, my muscles are strong, my muscles are engaged. It's, I'm aware of my muscles and I can feel them and feel them support my body. And we're talking about the muscles that move the skeleton, not the smooth muscles of the organ body, just the muscles that are supporting and moving your skeleton. Okay. And do the same with your feet. So you might want to do one foot at a time, but just splay the toes. You can do your hands at the same time as your feet. And switch both. And I think now we should have a pretty good, it pulls you into your body shape and gets you instantly ready for a pose as challenging as this one. Are you ready? So I'm going to take my feet hip width distance apart, as I said. hands either side. That's why I like to start into Tadasana with my hands down here and open out through the palms, because I'm immediately coming into that experience of muscle tone. Inhale, raise your arms above the head. And exhale, sit down and back into your imaginary chair. Inhale, opening. See if you can imagine that palm shape through the whole shape of your body. Send your gaze forward. You even have these nexus of muscles behind the eyes, so you can support your eyes with your muscles. They might want to dart in this shape or try and get out of it. And I think it really makes it a lot easier to stay here for much, much longer, because I can feel that my muscles from my fingertips to my toe tips are engaged, and everywhere in between. And if you start to let your awareness wander and scan from your fingertips down or your toes up through the body, you might start to see your muscles react. It's a different approach than maybe you've been taught in your studio or gym before, where we're using our awareness to ask our body to do what it would do naturally, rather than assume a shape, bringing us out of our thinking mind and into the intelligence and wisdom of the body. And if you've already come out of this shape, that's totally fine. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, hands down through the heart. And rest them either side of the hips. And I just like to bask for a couple of moments. And that's it. So if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments, drop me a like, subscribe so you can catch up with all the latest videos, and also let me know in the comments if there's something else that you would like to see next. But otherwise, I'll see you on the mat very soon. Namaste and bye.